to my channel. This is your brother ekfrimpongtheteacher, the teacher, and your KOKMinistries, Kingdom of Knowledge Ministries, imparting our generations. Today on Staying Married, we are treating the record of good and wrong. The record of good and wrong. Today, welcome to my channel, and I invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, give me a thumbs up, send me a message, tell me what you want me to discuss or elaborate on. Also, share your experiences with us so that we could be a benefit to the world at large. Today on Staying Married, we are treating the record of good and wrong. It is true that married couples go through a lot of phases, and because we go through a lot of phases, we may have good times and bad times. We may have good times and bad times. We may have days that we are off, we may be broken, we may be disappointed, and sometimes we may feel that the best way out is to get a divorce. And because of these feelings that will be swinging years on, years on, I want us to keep a record of good and wrong. So you can get a diary, you can get a notebook, or you can also get a diary on your phone or anywhere comfortable where you keep record of good. The record of good is more important to me than the record of wrongs. In the record of good, what you do is that anytime your partner does something that amazes you, that amuses you, or that makes you happy, or anytime you identify a particular character or quality of your partner that you think is good, you write it there in that diary, in that notebook, or on your phone. You keep record of all the good things he or she does for you or for the family that make you love him or her the most. This book is very good for newly married couples. If they begin with such books or such record, it helps them to appreciate and value their marriage anytime they review what they wrote about their partner. For those of us who are married already and have spent some years already in marriage, we can also sit back and review the past and write down what makes our partner stand out, or the good side of our partner. Or if we can't recollect, we can keep a book from today and write the good sides or what makes us comfortable, happier with our partners. Keep a record of good, especially. A record of wrong, no. Keep a record of good. Keep a record of all the good deeds of your partner. Write them down. Write all the good side of your partner. Periodically review them. The day that you get angry the most, pick that book and go through what you wrote about your partner. It may relieve you a bit. It may calm you down a bit. It may rejuvenate the love in you or rekindle the love in you. I entreat you to keep this book secret or hide the book and be writing the good aspects of your partner as a father, as a husband, and as a family man. Write it down each day, day in, day out, or on weekly basis. Just sit down and write what you think makes your partner unique, beautiful, lovely, and what makes him or her best. Don't compare with anyone. Please don't compare those qualities with anyone. When you spot something good in your partner, just jot it down. When you spot something good in your partner, just jot it down. The courtship stage. From the courtship stage, whilst you are about to marry, write all the things that led you to marry your partner. That I'll do on singles and searching, or I'll do that on the playlist Precounseling. So as married couples, we have to keep that record. It's very, very important. You see, I have sat on committees or on with married couples, and none of them seems to remember any good thing about their partner. You see, when the marriage is at the verge of collapsing, when the marriage is heading towards divorce, no one remembers the good aspects of his or her partner. And I wonder, so I asked them, why did you guys then marry? Why did you marry? Because it seems there is nothing good in any of you. What is good in your partner? Oh, there's nothing good. What is good in him? There is nothing good. So how did the two of you end up marrying? Because I'm told no one marries his enemy. So how can you marry someone you find nothing good in, and you still went ahead to marry the person? The two of you have lived for this number of years, and you are telling me that there is nothing good about him or her. It is a pity. It is so disappointing. But you see, it is because of where the tempers have gotten to. It is because of where we are now. Because you see, truth be told, divorce is not thought of in a day. It is not thought of within an hour. We go through processes, we think about it severally before we voice it out finally. And because it is eating us up, and we are thinking of the best decision to take, and because we are contemplating on what will be our next step, we tend to forget the good aspect of our partners over the period we are going through this level of thinking, these levels of thinking. My brothers and sisters, it's so important that we keep a note of good deeds that our partners exhibit. Whenever they trigger something good in us, whenever we spot something good in them, whenever we are happy by their activities and their attitudes, jot them down. And for me, what I do is that periodically, a year or two, I will give it to my wife to read about the good things I've written about her. And that is what you should be doing. When you keep a record of good, once in a while you can give it to your wife on an anniversary. Say, honey, this is all the good things I've written about you all these years. And you can give it to your husband and say, this is the good things I have written about you all this year. It keeps them happy. It brightens their face. It puts it puts smiles on them. It encourages them to do more. We have to keep a record of good, so that the day or when the atmosphere is set for a divorce, you will go to that book and read and ask yourself, is there any reason in this book that holds me back from divorcing my partner. Keep a record of good. So keep a record of wrong. The record of wrong is kept not to rebuke, not to feed your anger for divorce. That is why I have not dwelt too much on that. But that is kept so that on anniversaries, we can exchange that for our partners to work on those negatives to become a better person. You give it to him or her and say, honey, this is some of the negative things I have written about you. Or these are some of the negative attributes I have spotted in you. And I wish that as we celebrate our anniversary, henceforth, you will work on these qualities and become a better person. So go through them. Maybe I may be wrong, but this is what I spotted. This is not to demotivate you, but this is to encourage you to do more. Then you can give him or her the book of wrong. So I encourage you to keep a good book or a book of good deeds for your partner. This motivates and brings us down when we are hot-tempered. This makes us to look beyond the current situation. This helps us to remember the good old days. This will help us to value the past, to value where we are coming from, to realize and notice that this was not how we started. This was not the partner I know. And when you present it to him or her and he recollects those days, he may change and come back to you. He may reverse his days and come back to you. So on staying married, we are advising that we keep a record of good and a record of bad. The record of good is to motivate us to do more. It's to calm us down when we want to head towards court for divorce. It's to calm us down when we want to break us up. It's to calm us down when we are hot-tempered and we want to take the worst measures. The book of good is to also remind us of the good old days and the days we loved each other and the days we were comforted by each other. The book of wrong is just to make us a better person. It's just to correct our path, because we don't see our back, neither do we see what are the impacts of our daily decisions. We don't see the effect of our daily utterances and decisions. We don't know how our partner took them. We don't know what hurt them. And sometimes we don't know where we got it wrong. So the book of wrongs is to help us to be a better husband, a better father, and a better leader as we lead the family on. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm happy to have met you. I entreat you to comment, send us your experiences, tell us what is on your mind, tell us what you want us to tackle, so that we will touch on that for the benefit of the world at large. Thank you for staying tuned. Stay blessed. Marriage is sweet, so enjoy. See you same time next week. Ciao.